So you said 1 and then 4, right? 4 and then 6. Is Elena helping you?
Nope.
And then 4. Very good. Thank you.
Yep.
You guys all agree with him?
Yeah.
You get that? No, you didn't get that next
Elena was telling 7. But I did it wrong.
That's not the right one.
one.
It's a different page.
Okay. So we all understand where 1, 4, 6, 4, 1 came from on Pascal's triangle, right? Good. Now, what goes in the front parenthesis? The 5y, right? So it had a variable with it, so you have to put the variable with it. What goes in the second one? -2, since it's minus, okay? If it was +2, we could just leave it a 2. Questions so far? It's pretty easy so far, isn't it? Now, what do we got to remember about the exponents? It's a 4. That's why we went to the row 4, the 1, 4 row, right? To get those numbers. And then this first parenthesis starts with that exponent. And the first parentheses exponent goes down by 1 each time until you get to 0. Okay? What's the second, Alec? Parentheses start with exponent-wise. Yeah, that starts with 0, and we go up by 1s. Okay, Sky? Does that make sense? Might not make sense, but that's how I told you to do it, right? Start at 4 for the first set of parentheses, go down by 1s. Start at 0 on the second set of parentheses and go up by 1s. If you add your exponents together, they should always add up to the original exponent, which is 4. Okay? So now we have it set up. So now I just put it in my calculator to find my answers. I also like to do this. I know that anything to the 0 power is 1, and anything times 1 is itself, so I don't even worry about it. Those two. Because that's times 1. Okay? So, I'm going to go to my calculator to do this. You don't really have to, but it's pretty easy when you do it this with the calculator. All right, so I'll move it over. I gotta get it up there, I guess. All right, I'm gonna go 1 times 5 to the 4th. I'm gonna even put the -2 in there because I'm gonna have to do it later anyway. Okay, 1 parentheses 5 to the 4th parentheses -2 to the 0. I'm just gonna do everything. Okay, don't need to worry about the variable. Just the numbers. 625. 5 to the 4th, basically what that is. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times another 5 is 625. All right? Y to what power? 4. Okay? Don't forget about the variable part. Then I'm going to go do this. You can hit second enter, and it brings up what you just typed in, and then I can move my cursor and just change the exponents. Okay? So I'm going to go left. This exponent's going to be a 1 now. And the 4 exponent is going to be a 3, right? And then I got to change that 1 to a 4 also. So I got 3 things to change. All right, so 4 times 5 to the 3rd times -2 to the 1st. That's negative 1,000. Y to what power? Third. Okay. And back to my calculator. Hit second, enter, and move. So that becomes, I gotta move this over, don't I? So we can see those. I'm gonna keep moving it around, but that becomes a 2. The 3 exponent becomes a 2. And my 4 becomes a 6. Again, this might not be quicker. You can hold your cursor down with your thumb to go a little quicker. It kind of gets crazy when I do that on that calculator. All right, so that's 600. Positive. And that's what happens on y to the second. All right, that's what happens on the minus ones. Your first term's positive, and then it's negative. It's going to be positive. This one's going to be negative. That's going to be positive. This alternates when it's a difference up there, a binomial that's a minus. When it's addition, everything's addition. All right, so go back to my calculator and hit second enter. And might be able to hit second enter again, see what happens. Yeah, I know I need a 4 again, right? So I got the 4. So that's already there. I just need to change the 3 to a 1 and the 1 to a 3. So and I get negative 160. Y to the first. And then basically all this is negative 2 to the 4th. So I think I would just put that into my calculator. Negative 2 to the 4th. And get 16 positive. So that's our answer. 625 y to the 4th minus 1,000 y to the 3rd plus 600 y to the 2nd minus 160 y plus 16. Okay, again, to review doing Pascal's triangle. You start with a 1, your second row, which actually they call row 1. They call the top one row 0. They call this row 1. It's 2 1s. And then you start with a 1, and then you can add 1 plus 1 to get 2, and then with a 1. Start the third row. Start with a 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 1 is 3. End with a 1. Start with a 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. End with a 1. So that's how we do that. Okay, just to review that with you guys. Okay? And just keep going if you need to, as far as you need to go. Questions? And
Why is there exponents on the second, like the purple, the one in purple, those exponents? We don't even use them. Correct.
well, we did. We used negative 2 to the first, then we did negative 2 to the second. So we're actually using them. But there's no variable with the 2. You know, maybe y, maybe sometimes it might be a z. Maybe it'd be 5y minus 2z. Then we'd have 625y to the 4th, 1000y cubed z to the first. So if there's another variable, then we would put them in our answer. But since it's a regular number, I don't have to worry about that yet. I do worry about, but I don't have to write it in my answer, I guess, is what you were looking for, right? Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Homework answers. You guys had a chance to check them? Any of those you want to go over? Kaylee? Yes. We good? On those, you want to look at 44 with the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go back here and go to the 5th row since I got up to the 4th already. So I want 1 and then 1 plus 4, 4 plus 6, 6 plus 4, 4 plus 1, and then 1, right? Okay. So I'm going to do this. Copy it. Over here. And we'll use it. It's right here. I got to right click it, don't I? How do I do that with my finger, huh? There it is. Okay, so those are the numbers I'm going to use for this number 44. Okay? So I'm going to put 1, and then the first one's going to be a G, and the second one's going to be a 2, and that's going to be a 5, and that's going to be a 0. Plus 5. G again to the 4th, 2 again to the 1st, plus 10. G to the 3rd, 2 to the 2nd, plus 10. G to the 2nd, 2 to the 3rd, plus 5. G to the 1st, 2 to the 4th, plus 1. G to the 0, 2 to the 5th. All right. So I got to do 1, 2 parentheses, 5, 10, 10, 5, 1. G's all in the front, 2's in the second one, and then go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0 for the first parenthesis, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the second. So I went pretty quick, but that's what ends up happening. Okay? And then again, I like to get rid of these to the 0 powers because that's just like times 1, so I don't even worry about them. So this is 1 times G to the 5th, which is, I'll just put it all down here, G to the 5th. Oops, why did I write 4? All right, and then it's 5 times 2 to the 1st. 2 to the 1st is 2 times 5 would be 10. G to the 4th. And then I would do 2 squared 4 times 10 is 40. G to the 3rd. And then I would do 2 cubed, which is 8 times 10. That's 80. G to the 2nd. I do 2 to the 4th, which is 16 times 5, which is 80 again. G. And then 2 to the 5th is 32. No more G's on the end. I know I went pretty quick. Any questions? I used the calculator God gave me that time.
Strongest one.
That's the best one. Yeah. You're sassy today, Trev.
You're not speaking from the heart.
Good. Any other questions? All right, I was going to just give us some practice in class. You guys okay with that? No homework? But we're going to work in class as I give you that. Right, Maddie? Okay. Right, Scott? Right, Serenity? Good. I knew it. You guys love to do stuff in class, right? Let's not even do that one. That's too easy. Let's do this subtraction one. Is that too small? Maybe I need to make it bigger. Let's see if I can make it bigger for you. Ooh, it gets kind of weird looking.
I would.
Can you still see what that is?
Yeah.
That's better, I guess. That's a subtraction problem, okay? So we're just combining like terms. But don't get messed up on the minus or negative stuff, right? That's smart thinking. Yeah.
Is dead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
laptop? Does it have some juice?
Yeah, it's got some juice.
Plug it in.
I can't keep the way it was.
We got it? We should have it by now. Combine like terms. What's 12x to the fourth minus 3x to the fourth? 9x to the fourth. There's nothing x to the third minus a negative 5x to the third. What's 0 minus a negative 5? Positive, yeah. Negative 6x squared minus nothing is negative 6x squared. 2x minus 9x is negative 7x. 14 minus 3 is 11. Questions? Just remember, minus a negative is addition. All right. Let's do a multiplication, a product. Here, I'll make this bigger too. So this is going to distribute 3 times. You're going to have 9 terms, and then combine any like terms. Negative 6 times up 3 negative 5 times 6. No. Distribute that, then that, then combine. Right, John?
Yeah.
Good start. You can't put the X's. I'm trying to put X's in. You just gotta go 3 times 1, 3 times 2, 3 times 5. And then add the exponents for the X's. This is all 3 of these. That is all 3. That is all 3. Then All right, let's go over this one. Here's what's happening. I'm distributing this times all three of those to start. 3x squared times 1x to the fourth is 3x to the sixth. You add the exponents. You multiply the coefficients. 3 times 2 is 6. X. 2 plus 2 is 4. 3 times 5 is 15. X. 2 plus 1 is 3. So there's that. Then I'm going to do negative 6 times that. Negative 6 times that. Negative 6 times that. All right? So negative 6x times x to the fourth is negative 6x to the fifth. There's no fifths yet, so fifth power, so I'm just going to put it out there. Negative 6x times 2 is negative 12 x to the third, so I'm going to put it under the x to the third because those are like terms. Negative 6 times 5 is 30, negative 30, and x times x is x squared. There's no x squared, so I'm going to put it there. Okay? Then I'm going to multiply negative 5 times x to the fourth. Negative 5 times 2x squared is negative 10x squared. And negative 5 times 5x is negative 25x. So I've got 9 answers. But there are some like terms that I'm going to combine now. Okay? So my final answer then, in the right order, standard form we call it, is 3x to the sixth. I'm going to put negative 6x to the fifth. Let's put it in the right order from highest degree down to the lowest. 1x to the fourth, or just x to the fourth, that's okay. 3x cubed, negative 40x squared, and a negative 25x. So what's the degree of this? Very good. What's the leading coefficient? 3. Let's talk about the end behavior if we graph it. What's the far right doing? Up or down? Up. Why? My leading coefficient's positive. What's the other side? If this is going up and it's an even degree, what's my left side doing? Up, down, or up? Up. Even, they go the same direction, right? Do we have a special name when it's 6? No. So we would just say a 6th degree polynomial. Okay? Just reviewing some stuff. Questions on that one? Okay. Let's do one of these Pascal triangle ones. Do that one. And then that'll be it for today. You guys have done a good job this week. Next week, Friday, we're going to do section 4.3 Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday will be a practice quiz from 4.1 to 4.3. We'll go over it Thursday, and the quiz will be next Friday. Then the following week, we'll start reviewing for our exam. And we'll be done. We'll be halfway done. You'll almost be seniors, some of you.
Do we get a note card on exam?
Yes. I'll let you use a 5x7 note card, front and back, for formulas and stuff. Perfect.
Right, so you're gonna do the ones. And then you're gonna put X there. And then you're gonna do the first one's 3X, and the second one's gonna be 2X. And then you use that same start. Use an X through to the fifth. So I get X through to the fifth. That's right. It's gonna end up being negative. See the positive, negative. That's what it is. So you're gonna go minus 3 to the fourth, negative 2 to the first. That's gonna give you a negative. Okay, so yeah, do that. 5. Go to the fourth. Done. Yeah, if they miss those steps, right? Right. 7, 4, 7.
You guys ready? Need a little more time. I'll start setting it up. You guys keep working on it. Okay, it's row 5 again. We just did that. Okay, we good on the setup? Okay, and then I'm going to cancel that out because that's a 1 and that's a 1. So 3 to the 5th is 243, then x to the 5th. And then 3 to the 4th is 81, and 5 times negative 2 is negative 10, so that's negative 810. x to the fourth, y to the first. So now I got an x and a y, so I gotta keep track of both of them. And then this was 3 cubed 27 times 10 times 4, which was 1080. Is that right, Berkeley? X to the third, y to the second. Okay, you with me? All right, then we've got 9 times 8, negative 8 actually. That's a negative 8, that's a 9, that's 72 times 10, that's a negative 720. Did I do that right? You guys that are with me? Then this is a positive 16, and that's a positive 15. What's that? 16 times 16 is what? 256? No, that's 256. So I got to subtract a 16 from that. 240?
Yeah.
And it's positive, right? Because we got 4 negatives. X to the first, y to the fourth, and then negative 2 to the fifth is a negative 32 y to the fifth. 2 to the fifth is 32. Does that make better sense today, that time, after we went over it some more today? Yesterday, it's usually tough the first day, and then second day, it kind of sinks in. Thanks for working. Have a good weekend. No homework. Those of you that are missing some homework can maybe do some to catch up if you want to get some credit for it.